to Atlanta Community Profiles, a show about living in Atlanta.
And we have we have 5 publications altogether, one for the metro area as a whole, one for Gwinnett County, excuse me, that is published in conjunction with the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce, one for Cobb County, that's published in conjunction with the Cobb Association of Realtors, one for North Fulton, that is published in conjunction with the North Fulton Chamber of Commerce, and one for the inside the perimeter area. And they're all available at no charge at all of the real estate brokerage firms in Atlanta and at most chambers of commerce. So stop in and pick up a free copy. And they're on my website, AtlantaCommunityProfiles.com, if you would like to see them on there, along with a great deal actually of additional information on Atlanta. And I'm also a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Georgia Properties, and my website is louwheeland.com, WIELAND.com. And if I can help you with any of your real estate needs, commercial or residential, primarily I personally work more with commercial, but we can definitely help you with residential. Be happy to do so. Send me an email at lou@louwheeland.com, WIELAND. The residential market is strong through May. I haven't seen June figures yet, but I should have those next week. But prices are up for attached and detached, and sales are up for detached but flat for attached. And the sales are up about 6%, and prices are up about 5%. So through May, so for attached. So healthy market. We're projecting the year will end at about 6% up in both categories. Pretty much metro area average, obviously differing on the different parts of town. So every week, as you know, we interview community leaders, people who are contributing to the well-being of our city. And today we are privileged to have such an individual on our show, Mayor Steve Edwards of the great city of Sugar Hill in Gwinnett County. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mayor.
Thanks for having me, Lou.
Great to have you back. I know it's always a treat to have you on the show. You were on about this time last year.
Yep.
And we learned a lot about Sugar Hill, but in the last year, our information is a little out of date based on everything going on over there. Tell us, give us a little update on what's been happening since you were on the show last year.
Well, Lou, I would say if you're in the stock market, Sugar Hill is a very good buy right now. Our downtown is exploding with growth, and because of the schools and because of the businesses and the churches and folks in the community, Sugar Hill is just a great place. What we're trying to do in Sugar Hill is create a sense of destination, kind of placemaking. And Sugar Hill did not have a downtown before. And fortunately, leaders before me purchased property around our downtown area, and that has enabled us to attract public-private partnerships. And right now, we're looking at somewhere over $200 million in public-private partner investments, and those can range anywhere from a hotel with a conference center up top to a mixed-use development, the epicenter, or the E, we're calling it, and that's right next to our bowl, which is our amphitheater, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But the E, or the epicenter, is basically a gymnasium attached to a 386-seat theater, and wrapped around the gymnasium, you're going to have a mixed use of some retail, office, and some restaurants, some high-end restaurants. So, again, we're creating a sense of place, a destination spot for our folks to come to and live, work, play.
Okay. So, I read an article in the Atlanta Business Chronicle last year, about this time actually last year, back in July of last year, that talked about all the great things that are happening over there.
Right.
And now, let's see, you have a new city hall too, is that right?
We do. City Hall is about 2000. I think it was built in 2012, 2013. But what we also did behind City Hall, and I mentioned the bowl earlier, Lou. We're having some good entertainment coming in, and it's all ticketed. And this year's concert series, we kicked off with Collective Soul, kind of an 80s, 90s band from Stockbridge, Georgia. We've got Casey and the Sunshine Band coming in this Saturday.
Oh, good.
It's all sold out.
How much do you charge for that?
I think the tickets range anywhere from $25 to $30.
Okay, right.
We've got
some places are $300.
Ben Foltz coming in, and Atlanta Rhythm Section, and Josh Turner, who's more country. But our residents really like the fact that they can come right in their backyard into our amphitheater and enjoy a concert instead of having to go downtown or the Gwinnett Infinite Energy Center. So that's kind of a unique feature to our and a unique addition to our city hall that brings people downtown.
So, Steve, your population is 21,000 at last count.
We're about the fourth largest city in Gwinnett, and I think there's 16 cities.
You are the number one?
We're number 4.
You're number 4.
Number 4.
You have Lawrenceville, I guess.
Lawrenceville's bigger. I think Peachtree Corners is bigger. Duluth is bigger. And
you're about the same size as Swanee.
We're a little bit bigger than Swanee.
Bigger than Swanee. Okay. So, I know you have. Let me just do one thing first.
Okay.
Let me just give everybody a little bit of background information. You were first elected in 2003.
Right.
At the city council, and you served 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then were elected mayor in November of 14. And your family has been residents of Sugar Hill for 16 years altogether.
Mm-hmm.
A native of Winter Park, Florida, which is a beautiful area. Also, I see you went to Valdosta State, and you've got your kids going there now.
Yeah, both kids went there. My daughter graduated last year, and she moved back to North Gwinnett area, and she'll be teaching school. And my son is still at Valdosta State.
Okay.
So I met my wife at Valdosta State.
Wow.
That's kind of the connection.
Wow, what a lucky guy.
Good school.
So I know you've been contributing to Gwinnett County for a long time, and we appreciate your service to the community. And you're an active member of the Sugar Hill Church.
Yep.
And I know you are expressed a great love for Sugar Hill. And as such, you've been doing a lot of good things over there.
Well, you have to have a deep passion for what you do, anything you do, and Sugar Hill is my passion. It's where my heart is. I served under a mayor before me, Gary Perkle. He really did a lot of work building the foundation, and I just took it from there. Gary's kids were much smaller, and he was ready to retire because he was mayor for about 12 years, and then kind of handed the baton to me, and I ran. And you really, as a mayor or any kind of community leader, you really have to have that passion for the schools, the churches, the city as a whole, and you have to get out and talk to people and get input. And that's one of the things that we do in Sugar Hill. We had a survey a while back, Lou, that talked about what citizens want, what our residents want in Sugar Hill. And the one resonating factor was they wanted a downtown. They wanted us to build a downtown and have a place where they can come, eat, shop, work, be entertained. So that's one thing we've stuck to is that survey from a while back, and we're going to continue to do that. We're on a good course. We're trending in the right direction. We're attracting multiple businesses and mixed-use type ideas that are approaching us. And as I mentioned earlier, we purchased a lot of the property around our downtown. So we have control of it. So it's kind of a unique situation. The city manager, Paul Radford, known him for a long time. He's having fun. It's almost like Monopoly in his own little city, and he's building it and creating it. And mayor and council, we're just directing policy and taking most of his recommendations.
So it's really like building a city. It's amazing.
It is.
What a project. And what's his background?
Paul used to work for the Georgia Department of Community Affairs and then worked for the Georgia Municipal Association for quite some time.
Okay.
And he became available, and we grabbed him.
Is he a mechanical engineer or engineer?
He's more of a policy guy.
Policy.
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, stay tuned. We'll be right back. We have a lot more to talk about. Be back in a minute.